Listen carefully. If lately you've felt disconnected, blocked, misunderstood, or strangely uncomfortable in your own life, that's not a coincidence. It's a universal signal. And if you don't understand what this phase really means, you'll end up repeating the same cycle again and again, without ever knowing why. But if you stay with me for the next few minutes, you're going to see the pattern the universe has been trying to show you all along. There's a hidden structure behind everything you're feeling right now, and most people never recognize it. But once you do, your entire life starts to make sense. What you're experiencing right now isn't random. It isn't chaos. It isn't bad luck. It's a universal alignment process, a stage that begins right before the next version of your life emerges. The universe doesn't speak with words. It speaks through patterns, delays, pressure, and intuition. You're not lost. You're being reshaped. Whenever the universe wants to elevate you, it first restructures you internally. That's why things slow down, why plans fall apart, why nothing feels stable. It's not rejection, it's realignment. The universe is telling you, become the version of yourself capable of holding the life you're trying to manifest. The delay is not a punishment, it's preparation. You feel unseen, unappreciated, disconnected, alone. But this phase isn't emptiness, it's reconstruction. The universe pulls you away from noise so you can hear your inner truth again. It removes what distorts your identity. It separates you from what no longer resonates with your frequency. This is the space where transformation happens. When the universe goes quiet, it doesn't mean you're off path. It means the message is shifting from the outside to the inside. Synchronicities, intuition, a strange discomfort pushing you to move, doors that close abruptly, people who leave unexpectedly. These aren't coincidences, they're instructions. The silence is the universe saying, stop looking outward, start listening inward. Everything that fell apart needed to fall, not because it was small, but because you were shrinking yourself to fit inside it. The universe removes what can't travel with your next chapter. It clears your path. It breaks your attachments. It forces growth. Your losses were not failures. They were corrections. You're not being punished. You're being positioned. Pain is one of the universe's most direct teachers. It sharpens intuition. It forces you to confront truths. It breaks illusions. It strengthens emotional and spiritual resilience. Every moment you doubted yourself, every night you questioned your purpose, every time you pushed forward even when you felt empty, that wasn't weakness. That was evolution. Your new self was being built in the dark. And here's what most people never get to experience: the shift after the transformation. When the universe finishes preparing you, clarity arrives, the confusion dissolves, flow returns, resistance disappears, opportunities align. What's meant for you finally approaches without force. The universe doesn't respond to timing, it responds to alignment. And you're getting aligned because everything you've been living, all the confusion, the pressure, the silence, the endings, the breakthroughs that never seemed to arrive, none of it was random. None of it was meaningless. You have been moving through one of the most important transitions of your entire life, even if you didn't realize it until now. Every soul that is meant to rise goes through a period like this, a phase where life becomes unrecognizable, where the familiar disappears, and where you feel as if you're standing between two worlds, the one you've outgrown and the one you're being prepared to enter. And here's the truth most people never hear. You don't transform when things make sense. You transform when they don't. The moments where you questioned everything, those were the moments where your old identity was dissolving. The moments where you felt empty, those were the moments where space was being created. The moments where you felt alone, those were the moments where the universe was removing every distraction so you could finally hear your own frequency again. You weren't losing your path. You were losing the version of yourself that could no longer walk it. Listen closely. Everything inside you that felt heavy, everything that felt wrong, everything that felt too small for the person you're becoming. It was all being pushed to the surface so you could release it. Growth doesn't happen when life is comfortable. Growth happens when life stops allowing you to hide. The universe has been guiding you through a deep inner reconfiguration, a kind of spiritual surgery, cutting away old identities, outdated beliefs, misaligned connections, and emotional patterns that you didn't even realize were holding you back. This process was not punishment. It was refinement. And while it may have felt like you were breaking, you were actually being rebuilt. Think back for a moment. Think about the version of yourself from 1 year ago, or 5 years ago, or even just a few months ago. Would that version of you have survived what you just lived? Would that version of you have the clarity you have now, the strength, the intuition, the depth? No, that version of you wasn't ready for what you're stepping into. But you are now, because every emotion you battled, every night you doubted yourself, every shift that didn't make sense, all of it was shaping you into someone capable of receiving the life you've been trying to manifest. You were not being tested. You were being trained. And now, that training is ending. You might not notice it immediately. It starts subtly, a lightness in your chest, a renewed sense of direction, a feeling that something is finally beginning to unlock. A sensation that life is no longer resisting you, but aligning around you. And maybe you've already felt it, the shift, the opening, the quiet but undeniable sense that something is preparing to happen. That feeling is real, because you are stepping into a chapter of alignment, a chapter where what once felt impossible now becomes natural, where opportunities that never appeared before begin to flow toward you, and where the person you have quietly been becoming finally meets the life that matches your energy. This is not the beginning of your journey. This is the beginning of your emergence. You've survived endings that were meant to free you. You've endured silence that was meant to teach you. You've walked through darkness that was meant to strengthen you. You've let go of versions of yourself you never thought you could release. And now, the universe is responding, not to your hope, not to your wishes, but to your alignment. You have shifted internally, and the external world is preparing to match that shift. So let this be the moment you fully accept what's happening. You're not rebuilding your old life. You're entering an entirely new one, a life where you no longer chase, you attract, a life where you no longer shrink, you expand, a life where you no longer question your intuition, you follow it with confidence, a life where everything you lost is replaced with something that actually resonates with the person you're becoming. The universe does not bring you through a transformation like this only to return you to who you were. It brings you through it to reveal who you were always meant to be. So here's your final reminder. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not failing. You are rising. And what's coming next in your life is not a continuation of your past. It's the reward for surviving it. The phase of confusion is ending. The phase of alignment is beginning. Stand up, straighten your energy, and step into what is already waiting for you, because the universe did not guide you through everything you've lived just to leave you here. Your next chapter is not approaching. It has already begun.